Alright, welcome back. I wanted to do this episode for um, Fox News and the campaign for November and the elections that's coming up in November. So let's start off. Okay, first thing I want to say is um, what's up with Fox News being a local channel and having such a biased point of view? I thought it's all about freedom of speech, checks and balances, and not fascism, uh, Nazism, or uh, propaganda, which is what this is. Fox News is propaganda. There's no way you can have someone giving his opinions like me and put in a corner of the camera. You can't put that on the screen saying Fox News, especially if it's a local channel, which is available to a lot of people. Now, you're not only just putting fuel to a fire, you're making people paranoid, you're pressurizing people, and you're making them angry of false information. It's not the truth. There's no research on it, and it's just opinionated, and you've said it yourself. Fox has said it themselves that these couple of shows like the O'Reilly Factor and Glen Beck, who's a moron, by the way, um, is just a opinion show. It's just entertainment. It's not news. Then why do you have a Fox News logo right in the corner of your screen? And this is a local channel of the United States of America. Now, how can you do that? It's not just biased, it's a propaganda machine. And it's against the Obama administration and every funny Democrat that's ever been around. It is a Republican machine created by Karl Rove and some others, or some of his other friends. And I think it has no place in on television. I just think that um, I just think that Glenn Beck cannot and O'Reilly Factor cannot be on Fox TV. But okay, let me take something back. O'Reilly Factor is, the only difference with O'Reilly Factor and Glenn Beck is that O'Reilly would Bill O'Reilly will just sometimes ask the questions and not just tell you what to think, or he won't start off talking about some weird dramatic drama. Dramatic drama. That's what Glenn Beck stands for. He's just dramatic from the beginning. He just starts off saying some emotional story, and then he cries on camera. Then he brings a camera into a hospital where he's in and having an operation, and he says it's the worst healthcare he's ever gotten, and they should change it. And then months later, he's against healthcare of any sort, and it's beyond ridiculous. And he admits it, but he won't say it directly. He'll just say, well, he'll just hint in certain ways just to keep everyone else calm. Like those who know the truth, you can keep quiet while I just act dramatic and do my little pony show. Like it's not suitable for Fox. You can't have a local channel like that. Okay, and then this is how Fox usually answers. They're like, well, they're opinionated shows, and you have MSNBC, which has opinionated shows, but MSNBC is not a local channel. And that's why I want to make MSNBC a local channel. I want the people to choose. I want the Fox viewers to have at least a chance to change the channel at the same time and view in the local channel guide something that is giving a different opinion from the liberal side, the progressive side that is so evilly portrayed in Glenn Beck's uh, show. So I think it has no place on Fox. I think Sarah Palin joining it, well, that's another joke that I'll leave for another episode. But I think MSNBC should definitely do something about it, and all the other all the other local shows, local channels are doing news, just news, no opinionated shows. So this is the only opinionated channel, and it's fueling uh, uh, hatred. And you know what? You can test it. You can test the people. Go ahead. Yeah, we're just expressing ourselves. Go ahead, do it. But it's building up. That anger, this false information, these lies are building up. And one day or another, it's going to blow up or it's going to explode. And it's going to be some catastrophic like the shooting in the Republican Cantor's office or something like that, and then you're gonna have egg on your face. And I saw you on your last night's episode, and you weren't that aggressive anymore, weren't you? You were a bit behind, and you were saying, "Oh, violence is not the answer," and you were quoting Gandhi, and you were quoting all these other good people instead of quoting your usual people, and trying to put liberals and progressive as terrorists. As terrorists, you're calling part of the Democratic Party members terrorists. You're calling Obama, just because he has contacts with Bill Ayers, you call him a terrorist. Or you say that he associates with terrorists. Well, you are supporting George W. Bush, and history is written by the winners, and some people may call him a terrorist. And I know he's got, I know that it's about, no, I know what I'm saying. It's about freedom, and it's about being able to pursue your own future. And but for a lot of innocent civilians, it did end up looking like terror. Let's admit that fact. There are a lot of kids out there who are 7, 8 years old who didn't know why their backyards are being bombed by huge explosions, or why their father died in a war that they never even asked for. There's a lot of those people. And you can also call George W. Bush a terrorist for that. Okay? And they had water, they had a lot of stuff that they don't have now, like electricity, clean water, and a lot of other stuff. Anyway, I've been rambling on too much about this. Let's not call anyone terrorist except those who are terrorists, which are Al Qaeda and Saudi Arabian representatives who want to do harm to us and do not like the United States of America. Them, we can join together and defeat those terrorists, all those Islamic Muslim fundamentalists. And by the way, I think all religious extremists are a problem, and we need to deal with all of them, not just the Muslims, but there are also Christian fanatics, and I don't like that. You need to have a liberal, progressive, educated mind before you decide of which side you're going to choose and who you're going to blow up or who you're going to send your child to fight a war against, knowing it's a just cause or knowing the real cause. Okay, moving on from that, November elections. Now, it's going to be very difficult for Republicans to even try to win this because they voted no on everything since they got there. Now, this not only looks bad on the Republican point of view, it looks bad for the people. I mean, this is healthcare that covers 95% of America. They were against it from the beginning. They've been against the stimulus plan. They've been against the um, everything that Obama has ever presented. And that's going to show up very badly. And if it doesn't, then you have to question the democratic process. Because what's happening is people are getting elected right after something good or bad happened. Like the Democrats won. They passed a lot of good legislation. I mean, a lot of good laws. That and now they're going to get fired for something that the previous officials were in charge of. What I'm saying is, before you reap the benefits, you're firing the person responsible for it. Before you reap what you sow, you're changing the person out. You're already hiring someone else. So you're going to elect some Republicans. They're going to come into office. They're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff like gun laws and all these crazy abortions, or less information about all kinds of things, and then you're going to end up Republicans getting you're going to end up having the Republicans getting um, the thing for it. Okay, and so the campaign contributions and TV spots are way too expensive, and that's how elections are won or lost. And how is an honest man going to be able to win an election if he's going to have campaign contributions from companies that are going to pay a lot of money to get their TV ads on? It's just not a fair process. I think it should be looked into. Alright, that's all. Peace.